Welcome, welcome back to the Milkroots podcast, episode 21. I already said the word Is even a word? Okay, I'm starting over. No, I'm not starting over. I have a lot of important stuff to talk about today. I can't think right now. I'm trying to record a podcast and I can't keep my flow of thought. This is not the intro that I'm trying to record. It's Christmas time, so we are going to talk about Santa Claus and how he runs his so-called shop, his workshop. I'm a Christmas elf. This is not a secret. It's not something that I have to keep secret or anything because humans don't believe me, of course. And obviously I'm more than a Christmas elf. This is really, I mentioned in the last episode that I'm a Christmas elf, and it is true. I work for Santa. I know him personally. I've talked to him multiple times. I'm not supposed to be getting into this right now. This is just an intro. So this is basically a Christmas episode, and that's why it's special. Episode 21. I'm hoping that it's going to be uploaded on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I think Christmas Eve will be better. Anyway, Santa Claus is the main topic of today. I'm going to tell you everything that I know about Santa Claus and how he treats his elves, or slaves, should I say. But we have a lot of other stuff to talk about before we get to that. So, this episode is going to be a slow burn. So, speaking metaphorically, I feel like the path that I travel through life is a train track, and I'm on the train, and there's no destination. And every now and then, this train has a tendency to just fly off the tracks, and then it just keeps going straight through the woods and over the rivers until it finds a new track. Sometimes I get flown off the train when it crashes, and then I have no choice but to carry on by foot. But I always find the tracks again, and then I end up on a different train cart that's exactly the same as the last one. So I sit back and look out the windows and just try to enjoy the view while I can, never knowing exactly when the train that I'm on is going to fly off the tracks into the oblivion. And I've come to accept this type of chaos. I mean, I have to. I don't really know anything else. When everything seems good, it's just the calm before the storm. It's always the calm before the storm, and then the storm happens. It's really hard to be happy. Every year, there's a buildup of little things that eventually explodes around this time in December, right at the end of the year. But no, think of all the other crazy stuff that happened this year. I don't really want to. I wanted to do like a recap, like a compilation of clips from this podcast. All my favorite clips for this year, because it basically started last year. So, and October was technically the anniversary of starting the podcast, but I didn't mention it. And now it's December, and yeah, I feel like there's cause to celebrate that it's been a year of uploading the podcast to YouTube, trying to stay consistent, and trying not to be boring like I am right now. Haha. A car crashed through the wall at my workplace. I didn't talk about that. Why would I not talk about that? I have a lot of reason not to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I predicted that it was going to happen, and that's what freaks me out the most about it. But that happened. I'm pretty sure that was this year. Is that this summer or last summer? I don't know. Did I mention that I don't remember the first 6 months of this year? I don't know if I mentioned that yet in any of the previous episodes. But yeah, the first half of this year was like a blur. It just flew by. All of a sudden, it was August. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. I mean, yeah, I remember June and July, but I'm saying all of a sudden it was August, and I was like, wait a minute, I don't remember anything before June. I'm trying to remember. There's nothing worth talking about, I think. Or maybe it was just all so crazy that I just blocked it out of my mind. Not sure. This year, last year, time is flying. I don't know how old you people are listening, but you probably heard that time does seem to move faster as you get older. The years start to feel like months. Crazy. I've been trying to figure out what my connection to the ocean is. I talk about water a lot. Water and the ocean in this podcast. I mean, in my dreams, in my poetry. I mean, the poetry that I write is about my dreams, and I'm constantly seeing water and sea monsters in my dreams, and I'm in the ocean, and I'm flying above the ocean, and I'm next to the ocean, and I got swallowed by a giant sea snake, and I got bit by a shark, and this all happened in my dreams, and I don't get it because I'm not like a surfer or anything. I don't live next to the ocean at all. I never have. I've been to Florida once. Got stung by a jellyfish. I like boogie boarding. I like surfing culture. I love the ocean. That's all I can say. I just love it for some reason. This one dream, the Grim Reaper was there. I was with my family, like I am in a lot of my dreams, and we were like all swimming in a huge river, I guess. Just a really big river. And so we were just in the river having a good time, and then all of a sudden the Grim Reaper showed up. And he had an awesome cloak. It was brown and black and green. It was like a tie-dye cloak, and the colors were moving around. He emerged from the water, or it, or they, whatever the Grim Reaper is, and I was the first to see him. I don't remember that much of this dream. What I do remember is all of a sudden I was under the water, and there were like a bunch of giant black fish eggs. Maybe they were black orbs under the water that were like taking over me and pushing me down. And then everything went black, and I guess I died, and then I woke up, and yeah, you know, the usual, me dying in my dreams. Crazy, weird dreams. I saw the Grim Reaper another time in my dreams. I was riding on a bicycle down a long dirt road headed towards the ocean. Again, the ocean. And all of a sudden, so my bicycle starts going faster, and I don't seem to have control, I guess. And a presence appears behind me, and I look behind me, and there's the Grim Reaper, and my bicycle's out of control, just flying towards the ocean. And I turned to the Grim Reaper and I said, "What's gonna happen?" And he said, "I don't know, man." I just walked away so I could take a few bites of an onion ring burrito. It's mostly onion rings in a tortilla. It's just onion rings inside of a tortilla. What a great transition. Onion ring burrito. What a great transition for my next topic, which is the people at the gas station that I go to regularly, every day, multiple times a day. So they're very familiar with my face now. The people who work at the gas station. This isn't another gas station encounter, like with a stranger at the gas station. So it's these dudes. They're these dudes, and I'm there multiple times a day, buying beer. Yeah, I said that out loud. I'm recording this. I'm putting this on YouTube. So I'm at the gas station buying my usual 3 pints of beer for the morning, and I get to the counter and there's somebody in front of me, so I'm just waiting and I'm looking around, and I look at the bananas and I became entranced by those bananas. Also, I've been having trouble staying awake lately. I'm just falling asleep, like mid-sentence right now. Losing track of the story that I'm trying to tell. I was staring at those bananas, and all of a sudden I hear one of the dudes say, I hear someone yelling, "Hey buddy, yo!" And I look around, I look up, I look around like I just woke up from a deep sleep. Then I walk over to the counter, and the guy at the register, all of a sudden out of nowhere, he's asking me, do you work, man? Yeah, I work all the time. It's where do you work? Pizza place up the road. You make good money there? Yeah, I make really good money. It's well, how many hours do you work? Just all the time. All the time. It's evenings? Yep. It was so random, and I'm not good at talking to strangers, so, that was the end of that confrontation. But they're just suddenly starting to be, really nice to me and trying to, figure out more about my life, and it's weird, and I'm gonna remain mysterious. Yeah, I'm the guy who for some reason drives there multiple times a day and purchases multiple beers every day, and sometimes other things, random things, and I probably seem like a homeless person, especially because of the way I dress. So, yeah, it's where's this guy getting his money from for all this beer? I have a good job. I do have a good job, and I do work a lot. I work all the time, and I love working, and that's my life. And I wish I could work more, but the owner of the place that I work at doesn't feel that that's necessary for some reason. And me and the managers, I'm not a manager, but me and the other guys who work there, I need to be there more so I can make more money and get more work done, because nothing gets done around there. I'm the only one who gets anything done, except for the managers. The managers are good. They're great. And some of the other employees. I don't want to ramble, but man, I'm working with kids who don't know what they're doing. They're in school. They don't want to work. It's their first job. They're 15 years old, and well, they're not the hardest to deal with, because the hardest people to deal with are the people who have been working there for longer than I have and are older than me, and for some reason they can't seem to remember the operations week to week. They just forget everything, and it's so annoying. It's how do you still work here? That was a tangent. Nah, I was not planning on talking about any of that. But now we're going to talk about something really interesting. And then right after that, I'm going to start talking to you about. I'm going to let you know everything that I know about Santa Claus. But I have one more topic to talk about. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of weird. It's dream related. It's about my dreams, but it's funny. And I'm talking about it. Here we go. I keep having these dreams that seem to take place in an airport or adjacent to an airport, and it's also part restaurant and part school, like a college, and there is also a movie in these dreams, and the movie gets tied in somehow with the stuff that's happening in the dreams. It's also very similar to the dreams that I have about New York City, but I'm not talking about that right now. They're similar though because it's like New York City in the future. Both of these types of dreams that I have, there's the airport dream. I've never been in an airport before, but I have these dreams where I'm in an airport. And then there's the New York City dreams, and I've been in New York City once, and the dreams that I have about New York City have nothing to do with my experience when I actually traveled to New York City. And also I had similar dreams before I ever went to New York City. It's like New York City in the future. But anyway, the airport dream, there's this movie involved. It's like an Adam Sandler movie. Adam Sandler's in it, Morgan Freeman, I think Rob Schneider. It's like a Happy Madison film about a group of families. There's like Adam Sandler's family and Morgan Freeman's family and some other actor. We'll say Rob Schneider for now. I don't know. Jack Nicholson maybe. Jack Nicholson's there. But I'm talking about a movie. A movie in a dream. This movie doesn't exist. There is no movie with Adam Sandler and Jack Nicholson and Morgan Freeman and Rob Schneider and Kevin Hart. I think that's his name, the guy from King of Queens. Kevin James. Kevin James is the guy who does King of Queens. King of Queens is there. It's like a family movie about these like 4 families who go to an airport, and all sorts of crazy stuff happens, just crazy stuff. And then and I'm in the dream in this airport hotel restaurant school, and I'm in my room watching this movie, and then I get sucked into the movie, and then the crazy stuff that's happening in the movie starts happening to me, and the characters, the actors that I just mentioned, they just become people in my life, and it just like goes back and forth between me like living this crazy life in an airport hotel restaurant school, and also watching a movie, an Adam Sandler movie about a family who goes on vacation, and crazy stuff happens at the airport, and they never really go on vacation. Just a bunch of crazy stuff happens at the airport, and then that's what my dream becomes, is crazy stuff happening at the airport restaurant hotel school. It's so weird, man. Can you even imagine? Was that even worth talking about? Were you able to follow anything that I just said? But thank you for listening anyway. Now that we've made it this far, do you want a poem, or do you want me to start telling you everything that I know about Santa Claus, because that's the main point of this episode? I think it's time for our poetry section. I need you to do 75, 70, take 5, give me the thing, not 20, give 20, tell me the heart. Not talking improvements, you know what I'm saying. No, for 70%. Can anyone help me find this? Hold on. Somebody, put your glasses on. Wait, put your eyes in your socket. Somebody look around. Somebody get on the ground. Do we have a flashlight? I can't find it. What the fuck? I'm recording right now? That was an accident. Whoops, that was an accident. Like I said, it's time for our poetry section. It's been a few episodes since I last did a poetry section. I've been really focused on monologues. I've been doing monologues. But I've got this poem. It's not my poem, no, not my poem. Here is a poem written by the Dead Squashua. This is a poem titled December. Happy December 1st. Welcome to light. Little light land full of little lights. This is the season of stringing death. No, only of the saddest lives. It's 6, 7, and 12. So eat a biscuit, cookie pudding pie. 'Cause we're all dying still. Die. December. Okay, that's enough for this episode. Oh, wait. You guys wanted to hear about the whole Christmas elf thing, the fact that I'm a Christmas elf, and everything I know about Santa. You know what, let me go take another few bites of that onion burrito. I'll be right back. Onion ring burrito. I'm not hungry. I'm just gonna get started. Hold on. Give me a few minutes. I'm gonna get some, there might be some rage while talking about Santa. Not really, no. I love Santa. I am a Christmas elf, and Santa is my master. Santa does no wrong. Santa treats me well. I am a good elf. I am on the good list. Santa has chosen me. Santa Claus. An actual entity that exists in this realm who has almost as much control as the prophet known as Jesus. But we're all very aware of Santa's connection to Satan. And of course Satan isn't real. We all know Satan isn't real, but Santa is. And when it comes to us Christmas elves, Satan is a good word for how he runs his shop, because it is hell. I don't even work there. I'm in a different quadrant. He has millions, billions, maybe quadrillions of elves working for him. He doesn't know any of their names, most of them at least. He doesn't know my name. Every time I see him, it's just like, well, hello there, little elf. You know, just elf. I'm an elf. I'm just an elf to him. Just another elf. And I feel like I'm doing some of the most important work. See, my job is to spread Christmas cheer. It's hard to imagine, right? You listen to my voice. You think I'm going around spreading Christmas cheer. But it's not something that I have control over. It's a curse. It's a spell. Santa Claus is a very powerful being, and his elves, they're all under a spell. They're all under his control. It's magic. Maybe I'm not saying as much as I'd like to say. I feel like he's controlling me right now. He's not letting me say everything. We elves, the elven race, Christmas elves, to make it short, Santa Claus, millions, billions, trillions of years ago, he saw the potential in the elven race for our ability to work and produce magic, and he was more powerful than us, so he turned us into his slaves, and elves are no longer what we used to be. We used to be an amazing race. We used to be tall. Oh, we used to be so tall, and we used to live in towers. Those were the good days. Oh well. Oh well, no well. I think I've said enough. I hope you enjoyed it, you greedy bastards. Whoa, where'd that come from? Whoa, that's not how I want to end the podcast. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Give me a, Did I say end the podcast? I meant end this episode because this is only episode 21 for Earth number... What was the number again? You guys, you know where you are, you know what's happening. Be aware, be alert. Keep watching the skies. And thank you for listening to the Milkroots podcast. Let's get ready to, let us prepare to brace the coming year of 2025 AD. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day. I'm SpongeBob. I'm ready. I'm ready. Duh.